XFL is cooking.
Hello, and welcome back to XFL Four Play. It's been so long. It's been like 3 years. Oh, I missed you. I've missed you all, the 5 people that have watched this show. If you're wondering what this is, well, this is me, the XFL Xpert, Jake Williams, breaking down all of the action. Don't bump my camera. All the action that you've seen on the XFL the past week. And I'm going to start trying doing these on Wednesdays. Now, normally, I would put them up on Mondays. But since they're experimenting with Thursday night games, I thought, why not wrap up the week and get you ready for Thursday on a Wednesday? Sound good? And that just happened to work out with how I recorded this. But I totally planned it. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to break down all of week 1. And I got to say, I was very impressed. I honestly think this first week was more competitive and entertaining than the first week in 2020. And the first week in 2020 was pretty damn fun. So I'm going to change things up this time around, though. This version, the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Danny Garcia version of the XFL, I'm going to break down all of the highlights, things that really stuck out to me in each game. Then we'll talk about power rankings. Then we'll talk about the Thursday night game. So let's get into the highlights. First up, I'm a former Tampa Bay Vipers fan, now current Vegas Vipers fan. So I had a lot riding on this game, a lot of pride. Okay, this version of the Vipers behind me, not very good. This Vegas version, I'm hoping can be better. Let's get to the highlights. So let's start things off midway through the first quarter. Luis Perez is stepping back, looks, can't find anybody, crosses over the 10-yard line, zings into the back of the end zone. Touchdown. The Vegas Vipers have the first touchdown of the 2023 version of the XFL. Now we go further into the first quarter. Renee's got the ball. Big time pass along the sideline. Look at the toe tapping here along the sideline for the Renegades. I don't want to give them compliments, but they do. They call this off. They talk about it. They show off the new review systems. But as you can see here, clearly a catch. I mean, come on. Also, I have to point out the XFL's handling of reviews and challenges and that thing of the matter. There's the whole process. Again, what they had back in 2020, I like it being reintroduced here, and it kind of works. Back to the highlights. We pick up at the start of the first quarter. The Renegades just kicked a field goal. The Vipers haven't got much to go there. They get a big time. They get sacked. I mean, they don't get a big-time sack. But anyway, we pick up again midway through the second quarter. Luis Perez dodges a tackle, looks forward, crosses to the 40. Got a man, dotted him up, touchdown. That is 2 for, I think it was Britt? I don't know. Anyway, they try the 2-point conversion. They nail that too. I always like to show off the conversions because, once again, like the 2020 version, you can go for 1 point, 2 points, and 3 points. That's why we love the XFL. It's such a silly little game we play. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling, hey, this isn't like the Vegas Raiders. This is the Vegas Vipers. They're not going to blow a lead like them, right? Right? Well, we wrap up the first half. Here comes the kick, 48-yard field goal, hooks left, and it's 14-3. Should be 17-3, but it's 14-3. Got to feel good about it. Start of the third quarter, Luis Perez picks off. Then it goes all the way backwards for the Renegades. Pick 6, Arlington. Now I'm a little worried. Now I'm going to be honest, because now I'm starting to see, They get a 3-point conversion, so it's a 2-point game, 14-12, just under 5 minutes in the third. Throw. Look at this catch. This is ridiculous. Come on. Only a team that I root for would have a catch like this late in the third quarter. Arlington would capitalize and get a field goal out of that trip. So now it's 15-14, 3rd and 11 after a big goal line stand from the Viper defense. So I was thinking, goal line stand, this is it. This is where things turn around for Vegas. Well, 3rd and 11 from their own 2-yard line, and Luis Perez, second pick 6 of the game right there. Yikes. Renegades score, go for 2, get it. They go up by 8. Now, Luis Perez is a weird cat because you didn't really get a lot of playing time in the NFL. Played in the 2020 XFL, did pretty well. Took over for Matt McGloin in New York. Sorry, I don't mean to shake the camera. Then He goes to the USFL. Now he's back in the XFL. He's got a chance to be a hero for the Vegas Vipers. They got a 1st and 10 just on their own 39-yard line. Fumbles a snap, picks it back up, chucks it deep downfield, finds a man to the Arlington 30. We're still in business. And because of the clock running rules, stops the clock. 15 seconds left. Third down and 10. Perez goes underneath. He's got a man. Same guy who threw that big touchdown too. I'll get the names at some point. Touchdown Vipers. 8 seconds on the clock. Luis Perez. We're 2 points away. They're going to try and tie it up with the 2-point conversion. Don't get it. So now it's 22-20. Final hope right here. 5 seconds to go. 4th and 15. Now, that's another rule. That's been changed, or that's different than the NFL. The XFL's version of an onside kick is going for it on your own 25, the 4th and 15. Big time play for the Vipers. What a wild game. 8 seconds. Perez takes the snap. Looking. Got all day. Throws deep. Man, oh, what a hit. Knocks the ball loose. And that is it. Curtains for the Vegas Vipers because, of course, it is. It's my team. Cursed. Yeah, that's the way you look at it. 22-20. Arlington picks up the dub over Vegas. What a great way to start the new version. I loved the start to the season with these games. All of these games, except for one, and we'll talk about that later, have been pretty damn entertaining, pretty great, and another reason why I love the XFL. It's such a fun alternative, and of course now you've got The Rock doing the whole 54th man and all that other stuff. It's cool. All right, enough blabbing. Let's get more to the highlights. Up next, we got the Orlando Guardians taking on the Houston Roughnecks. Now, the Houston Roughnecks, if we were to be fair, were pretty much the champions of the 2020 version of the XFL because they were 5-0, only undefeated team in the league. I'm just saying. Now, there's no way that the Roughnecks can keep that going. They have to lose an XFL game. They're not going to win 6 straight XFL games as a franchise, right? Let's find out. The Orlando Guardians head to Houston to take on the Roughnecks. We're going to pick it up early on in the first quarter, 3rd and 5 for the Guardians. Also, another thing, interesting point to make here, Paxton Lynch is playing for the Guardians, and I'm going to have an interesting stat about him coming up later. Takes the snap, looking, scrambling, trying to find somebody, throws a man deep, got him. Touchdown! No, interception! No, you just know deep down there's some Packers fans that are having really bad PTSD flashbacks, like serious Vietnam flashbacks, and I apologize for that, but it is kind of funny that we already have this in the first XFL. Eventually, that was, after all the discussion, ruled a touchdown, so Orlando takes the 6-0 lead. We pick up later in the first, 3rd and 5 for the Roughnecks. Dot! Right there. Big time throw, touchdown Houston, and now they are tied up at 6 apiece between Orlando and the Roughnecks. Now we get back to the Roughnecks with the ball, early second quarter, deep throw on 3rd and 5, caught, and touchdown, making it look easy. Again, it's kind of crazy how this Roughnecks team is a different team, but that just mentality is different, man. Also, shout out to those helmets. I love the Lone Star paint job. 1-point conversion. Is it in? No. Stuffed. So it's only 12-6, just under 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. Roughnecks got it again. 6 minutes to go in the second. Big time run up the middle, and now the Roughnecks are in a bigger lead, and they're going to try and go for another conversion. Don't get it, so it stays 18-6. At a field goal, so now under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Big time pass picked off by the Guardians. So the defense getting a little spark going here and see what they can do. Because after that opening drive, the Roughnecks really been dominating. Paxton Lynch takes a snap, throws it across the middle, tipped up in the air, caught, pick. Going the other way, it's going to be, he could go all the way scenario. I saw a little laundry there. Hold on a minute. That pick six gets called back because illegal block by the Roughnecks. Yeah, you see the zebra, and the fans don't like it. But we don't have B-roll of that because I'm not that good of an editor. So now we go back after that. Doesn't get them any points, or does it? Big time pass here, but that leads ultimately to just a field goal. And then later in the game, 3 minutes to go, Houston still got the ball. They get another one. Zone read touchdown, and the Roughnecks dominate. They added a field goal later. It's 33-12, and of course the Guardians end with a pick. So not a great outing for the Orlando Guardians. This is a different version of that team, which they also changed the color scheme. Personally, I prefer the New York one, but that's just me. Overall, if there's one team that just didn't look in sync or good, it was Orlando, unfortunately. Also, Luis Perez, the first player, I think, in all of football history to be benched in the NFL, the CFL, the XFL, and the USFL. So that's a bad stat. Again, impressive. The Roughnecks starting to build a dynasty here in the XFL. Still haven't lost a game in the XFL. And if they go undefeated and end up in the championship game in Houston or in San Antonio, I'm out. I'm out. I give up. No more XFL Four play. No more XFL Xpert. They're going to be the Patriots. They're going to be the Chiefs now. Just whatever. Back to the highlights. Let's look to the Battlehawks and the Brahmas, which I'm going to be honest, not a lot of highlights. Kind of a boring game, but, unless you like defense. We pick it up late in the first quarter. First time we see points. Big field goal from Romo. They also make a joke about Tony Romo in this situation. Dude's catching strays. Late in the first quarter, Brahma's got the ball again. They give it off up the middle. Nice run there. Gets him a first down. And, again, that's all we really have for highlights nowadays. There's just not a lot there. We pick up early in the second quarter. Still 3-0 Brahmas. 2nd and 10. Big time sack, strip. Battlehawks got it to the 50, to the 40, to the 30. Oh, he gets caught up. You'd really think he'd go all the way. You'd love to see those big guy touchdowns. Anyways, A.J. McCarron starting for the Battlehawks makes a nice pass here, gets him down to the 10-yard line or the 8-yard line. And again, Battlehawks in business, but it only gets him a field goal. End of the half, touchdown, yes, no. Tyler Johnson drops that, so it's still 3-3. Fourth quarter, 6-3. Gotta love defense, I guess. Nice cut there. He made a whoop situation out of that. Gets him down to the 4. And then it sets up 1st and goal for the Brahmas. They lead 6-3. Get the snap. Got time. Throws it. Corner of the end zone. Oh, the toe drag. It's so sweet. They don't get the conversion, so it's 12-3. Battlehawks, 43-yard field goal with 8 minutes to go and wide left. The Brahmas would add a field goal later. It's 15-3. This is where the game gets interesting, by the way. 15-3, minute and a half to go. A.J. McCarron's got the ball. 3rd and 12. They need 12 points. What a game. Now they're inside the Brahmas 18-yard line. McCarron in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking. Flings it. Tutty. Uh-oh. Now they're going to go for a 3-point conversion. There's no way the Battlehawks can make this a 3-point game. Right? That's what you'd think. 3-point conversion now. A.J. McCarron in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking all day. Looking. Great protection. Sneaks it in there. Threads the needle. Gets the 3-point conversion. Now, 15-12. What do we got? Another onside scenario. 4th and 15 from the 25. McCarron takes the snap. Got all day. Great job stepping into the coverage. Got a man. Dings it right there. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Just boop. Drops it in like a raindrop. Next play. That's a nothing play, right? No, it isn't. Roughing the passer on A.J. McCarron after that throw. So now a great, even better field position for the Battlehawks. They're marching under a minute to go. 2nd and 1. Finds a man. Got a big play here to the 20. Down to the 15. 20 seconds left. McCarron looking, throws, dings it in there, threads the needle like he's knitting you something nice, gets the touchdown. They don't get the conversion, so it's 18-15. A sack would end the game, and it does. The Brahmas, after leading for that entire game, they led for 58.5 minutes, but they still lost. 18-15, the Battlehawks. Also a team that did very well in the first version of the XFL. I cannot wait to see the first game in St. Louis because it's going to be nuts. If it's anything like it was in 2020, it's going to be absolutely bonkers there. So let's wrap it up with one final game from the weekend, and I know it's another very exciting one. It's the Seattle Sea Dragons against the DC Defenders. So we pick up with 10:37 to go in the first quarter. 3rd and 2 for the Sea Dragons. Narducci takes the snap, throws it deep. That's a big-time play. Dots it up. Big-time 1st and goal. Now, this is where we see a little weird Mahomes play. Mahomes-esque, some would say. He scrambles, gets to the, tucks it right there, flings it. He flipped it. He almost crosses the line of scrimmage, flicks it to Josh Gordon. Great play. Then they get the 3-point conversion. It's 9-0. But here comes Jordan Ta'amu, who was a legend in the XFL. Big fan of him when he played for the Bandits in the USFL. They get that, so now it's 9-6. They're going to go for 2 with 8:58 to go in the half. They sling it in there. Got it. It's 9-8, which is a normal score in the XFL. 3rd and 3 for the Sea Dragons. Makes a nice man miss. Oh, he breaks free. Oh, my goodness. I thought he was down. He's not. Touchdown. It's 15-8. 3-point conversion. Is it going to happen? Let's see. Looking, scrambling, running. Got it. In. 3-point conversion. It's now a 10-point game. 6.5 to go in the third quarter. 3rd and 16. Picked off by the defenders. Pick 6. That's the 3rd pick 6 we saw on the opening weekend. Big time play. Now a 2-point conversion to make it a 2-point game. Ta'amu keeps it himself. Dives in. Oh, that isn't Ta'amu. It's a different guy. Never mind. Dives in anyway. Gets the 2 points. It's 18-16. Now, this is, again, what I've been saying. All the games other than Orlando falling flat against Houston, all the games have been pretty entertaining. Took them a while to decide it. They gave it to him. It's 18-16 as we see Dean Blandino playing with his touchscreens. 3rd and 9 now situation. Cannot turn the ball over. Oh, they did. They did. I said don't turn the ball over, and Seattle does it. Now, a big-time return by the defenders, and it puts them in real good position down 2. 1st and goal from the 6. Ta'amu keeps it. Or is it Ta'amu? Please tell me it's Ta'amu. Dang it, it's the other guy. I can't see his name. Anyway, he scores a touchdown, makes it 22-18. The field builds something here with 40 seconds. Plenty of time. Makes a move there. Look at that space. Just green grass in front. Oh, and he takes a hit. I agree that probably could have been a flag there. 3rd and 2, 35 seconds. 1st down there, but he's got to fight. And he doesn't quite get in. He gets down just short. It's 2nd and goal. Here we go. 26 seconds. Keeps it. Doesn't really know what he's doing there. He kind of second-guessed himself. That leads to a fumble. DC takes over, and the defenders beat the Sea Dragons, who I think downgraded in a name. It should have just stayed the Seattle Dragons. Why do we got to be Sea Dragons? Whatever. Point is, DC Defenders get the win there. So breaking down week 1, what did I see in those 4 games? Well, we saw a lot of just really good games, a lot of competitives. I don't think any one team separated themselves than the other. Again, other than Orlando looking the worst. And I don't mean to degrade Orlando. It's just Houston's really good. They've been really good. I don't know what's going on. It must be something in the water there, but whatever. One thing we did learn. We learned Arlington has a pretty solid defense. The Renegades looked pretty good all game long. I mean, Vegas scored twice in that first quarter. That's it. It was 14-3. You know, I just think the Renegades played very well, especially in that second half, only allowing that one touchdown at the very end. Just impressed me. Vipers, Luis Perez, what is up with him? Like, he's really good in these other leagues. And I forgot. Yeah, he was also in the AAF. So he played in the AAF, the USFL, the XFL, I don't even know if he's actually played in the NFL. He's like one of those dudes who's like a legend against these like secondary leagues. I don't know. I like him being the Vipers quarterback. I think they'll get it together. I think, if I'm going to throw any predictions, they're getting the dub. I'll say it. They're getting the W. Go Vipers. Please. Like I'm pleading to you. Please. So Orlando, yeah, I don't know what to make of that. They started strong, they played well, and then it kind of just fell apart in the second half. The Sea Dragons, I think, played very well, just too many turnovers in the second half as well. A fun week is what I'll say. It's just a fun week. I can't wait to see more, and I can't be more excited for week 2. So before we get to week 2, let's get to the power rankings. So at number 8, got to be the Orlando Guardians. That's just where I'm putting them because by far. There's a 1 and there's an 8, and that's where they are. The thing is, 7-1, I don't know what to make of it, right? I don't know where to put. Where? What am I doing? So number 7, I think I'm going to give this one to the San Antonio Brahmas. Now, only because the rule I'm going to apply to this is the 4 teams that lose have to be the bottom 4. The 4 teams that win have to be the top 4. That's just how I'm going to do this. And they lost, especially because they led that game for 58 and a half minutes. How do you lead a game that long and then lose? I don't know. And then number 6, I'd also have to go with my Vegas Vipers. I don't think they are they're that bad of a team. But again, the rules are the rules, baby. I just made them up. Top 4 are the winners, bottom 4 are the losers. That's just how it is. And then rounding out the bottom 4, at number 5 has to be the Seattle Sea Dragons. Another team that I thought probably should have won their game and just couldn't keep it together in that second half. Because that first half, I think they played very well. It's just too many turnovers in the second half. At number 4, I'm going to put the DC Defenders. Because while they did beat Seattle, they didn't impress me as much. And I'm going to need to see a little bit more from them for them to stay into the top 4 category. Now, this is where it's hard. The top 3, where it's really going to be hard for me. I'm going to say at number 3, St. Louis Battlehawks. I think while they should have lost that game against San Antonio, what A.J. McCarron was able to do in that final 2-minute drill in the minute and a half of the game impressed me. I think they're going to have serious home field advantage this season. I think this team is still a team to look out for. Put them at number 3. Number 2, Arlington Renegades. I think how that defense performed in the second half just really blew me away, and just really how they kind of dominated Vegas in that second half. Vegas did have that game, the touchdown at the end of the game, had the opportunity, but got to go with Arlington. And then number 1, with a bullet, the Houston Roughnecks. Well, that's what it is. The power rankings are in. Where did your team end up? Comment down below. Let me know. If you don't agree with my system, whatever. I'm sorry. Rules are rules. Top 4 winners, bottom 4 losers. This is life. All right, so let's move to this week. Week 2. You know what? I didn't do it in the other show. Let's do it now. Let's do it in this version. XFL 4 Play 2.0 for the XFL 3.0. Let's give some predictions for week 2. So first up on Thursday, we have the St. Louis Battlehawks again on the road. Kind of crazy. We haven't seen them in Seattle yet, or in St. Louis yet. They're going to Seattle. That's why I said it. Battlehawks traveling to Seattle to take on the Sea Dragons. That's going to be at 8 o'clock on Thursday night. I like what the Battlehawks were able to do at the end of that first game, but I also think that Seattle left too much on the field with turnovers. I expect them to bounce back. Sea Dragons over the Battlehawks. Then on Saturday, 6 p.m., we have the DC Defenders going to Vegas. They have their first home game of the season. My Vipers taking on the Defenders. I'm not picking against the Vipers. I'm going Vegas, baby. Then on Sunday, we have the San Antonio Brahmas heading to the Orlando Guardians. I still think Orlando looked the worst of all the 8 teams. I don't like their chances against the Brahmas team, who I thought was better than St. Louis in that game, but still managed to lose. Brahmas. Got to go with it. And finally, wrap things up on Sunday. It's the Arlington Renegades going to Houston to take on the Roughnecks. It's the battle for Texas. I am going to take the Roughnecks. I'm never picking against the Roughnecks ever again. It's just the rules. All right. Thanks so much for watching the new version of the XFL 4 play. This is, a process. I'm going to try something a little different. If you don't like it, let me know, and I'll probably go back to the old ways. And if you do like it, thanks. If you're indifferent, then whatever. If you like this show, comment down below. Let me know all the things that I need to know if I want to be better at this job, I suppose. Click the bell to get notifications, but before that, click subscribe, then click the bell, then click this, and then click that, and then click this, and then